No, you're shitting bricks right about now. Trying to rationalize morality. What will your family think of you? How will they judge you? All of that went through my head too when I first broke my chair. And then I realized none of that matters. The only thing that matters is you getting home to your family in one piece.
Look at what you made me do.
I'm a monster.
Look at what I did to you.
It's called karma.
Death before dishonor to the day that I'm a goner.
Tatted on my armor, it's the mantra code of honor.
Look at what you made me do.
I'm a monster.
Look at what I did to you.
It's called karma.
Death before dishonor to the day that I'm a goner.
Tatted on my armor, it's the mantra code of honor.
The block is filled with drama, you resolving with your llama. Shoot it like a camera, I said shoot it like a cannon. I'm blaming, I'm blaming. I go ham, then I'm hamming. I go pro, un loco, un coco, then I stab them. They got Malcolm X, they got MLK, they got Biggie, Tupac, and JFK. What make you think you can't get got today? What make you think you can't get shot in broad day? Get popped in Times Square on Broadway. My couple Trudeau selling Oyes. Oye, nigga, I spit in your eye. Open palm, clap your face. I'm talking slap the taste out of your mouth. I kick you out of your couch in your own damn house. After I fuck your spouse in your king size bed with my king size dick. Nigga blinking, you dead.
Said all that dripping you been doing, starting to dry up. I thought I told you niggas that I'm sitting high up. They asking why I'm looking back like nigga, why what? My indicator says you wanna see me fall, nigga. I'm raising hell to the day the Lord calls, nigga. Don't let me get another shot, I'm running off with a boss, nigga. I ain't got the time to talk with ya. So keep skipping, nigga. I ain't tryna walk with ya. Hungry nigga from the Bronx, tryna stick a fork in ya. Like dinner served, get off the street and hit the curb. I hit the herb before letting opinions hit my nerve. Middle finger picks the only time you ever flip a bird.
Look at what you made me do.
I'm a monster.
Look at what you made me do.
I'm a monster.
The fact is, we all started out as someone's little angel. And then a place like this forces us to become warriors or victims. Nothing in between can exist here. And you've chosen to be a warrior. Now it's up to you to remain one.
High society. Records. People love messing. People love messing.
Hit your breast, hit your wing, that's a two-piece. Hit your leg, hit your thigh, that's a two-piece. Couldn't punch your way out of a loose leaf. Knock it two flutes, all you got is two teeth. Bing, 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 bow, that's a two-piece. Bow, 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 that's a two-piece. Hit your breast, hit your wing, that's a two-piece. Hit your leg, hit your thigh, that's a two-piece. Stab you with a gun, shoot you with a knife. Spit in your face and step on your Nikes. Ride with my niggas in every fight. Always trust a man willing to risk his life. What did you say? What did you speak? Hit your whole face with a piece. Point and laugh as I watch you leak. Pistol whip, you got her with the OE. I'ma serve cold cuts, nothing but donuts. Bottle with no soda, straight lace, coked up. Straight face, no
everyone, just pausing two-piece. I was just enjoying that great song, which I hope all of y'all watching were enjoying too. good times. Shout out everyone who's here with us. Not sure who's in the building yet. My name is Holden Stefan Roy. Joining me tonight is Liddy Bro Flacco. This is Our Perspectives.
Liddy Bro.
As discussed, we are here with we're going to just kind of shoot the ish and brainstorm about the future of things, what we're up to, planning potential. Well, it's
no swear. Just say shit.
Well, sometimes it kicks in.
The first couple minutes? Come
yeah,
on.
I know.
Not kicking
I'm like,
in.
You know what the worst part is? I'm sitting here with a fucking joint in my hand too. I'm sitting here with a fucking...
Right. You're such a rule follower. Sometimes it's annoying. It's like, what?
It'd be what it is. It'd be what it is.
A fucking rule follower. You can't fucking live life following rules.
Some rules. Well, all I know is we're going to follow whatever border rules are going to be in place when it comes down to the trip that we're planning, because those rules we will follow.
Right. I mean, you said you were going to Aruba?
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, this trip is
you're going to Aruba.
So we're going to Aruba in April. But that, so this trip is safe.
You don't even got to deal with America.
No, I do. We do, because, well, we kind of are doing it. We decided to deal with America because we're too old to stay in an airport for 11 hours. So we have a layover on the way back that's going to land in D.C., which we're like, damn, mate, that's like right there where it's all happening. And then we're like, all right, we're going to pop into some random guy whose name is Buddy. And it's his and literally it said Buddy, and he has a room. Boom, cheap price. Pop in there, get a night's sleep.
Not far from the airport.
Like 10-minute drive type thing. So it's literally like, hi Chris. So it's literally like
what is this shit? Hold on, Chris. What is this shit? What the fuck are you saying sorry for? What is that? What kind of Canadian shit is this that you're both on today? This motherfucker over here is fucking following all the rules that we're not even...
Patriotism's on max.
And then fucking Cece jumps in with fucking sorry, hi boys. Like, sorry for what?
Oh, because he yurred and you're not a fan of non-New Yorkers yurring.
That's fine. I'd rather you yur with confidence than to fucking apologize. What the fuck is that shit? Don't fucking apologize to me for fucking any old random shit. I don't like that. Fucking,
this is like noted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying I'm sorry because I'm a Canadian and that's your impulse in that moment. But then you're like, by apologizing, you're making it worse and you can't help it.
You're making it worse. No, he said noted. That's the way. That's the way to apologize.
That's a Canadian adapting.
Noted. I shall not apologize. Good. Only apologize when it's necessary. But then don't not apologize when it's necessary. Because then that'll get me upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Apologize when it's necessary.
Like, wait for Flacco to get offended first and then apologize.
And then apologize. Voila.
And Chris is just like, yes. I don't know what to say anymore. But yeah. With this 17, so yeah, we're going to Aruba from the 2nd to the 6th, and on the way back, because I live in Montreal, there's no such thing as a fucking direct flight, and
that sucks, man.
And even trying to like, look this up. Even trying to like avoid going through America on some patriotic American boycotting the U.S. thing, it's impossible. We have to go through the States. There's literally no way to get to Aruba without going through the States. So on the way down, it's a reasonable layover. And then on the way back, it was the shortest one was 9 hours. So we opted for the cheaper flight, and like nobody want to go to fucking DC right now. The flight was like significantly cheaper is what I'm seeing.
What do you know? We are not number one on the list of things.
Of what things?
I asked ChatGPT what airports have the most direct flights. Period. Not That's even American. Question. Not even American. Just period. It did give me United States first, but even in that, we're not on the 5. We're not on the list. Number 1, Hartsfield in ATL. Number 2, Chicago O'Hare.
Damn.
Number 3, Dallas Fort Worth. Number 4, Denver. Number 5, LAX. In Europe, It's London Heathrow, Frankfurt Airport for Lufthansa, Paris Charles de Gaulle. That was the best French that I could give France. And then Amsterdam, Schiphol. And then in Asia, it's Beijing, Shanghai, Tokyo, and Seoul. And then other regions, it's Dubai International
Highland
and Singapore.
Albany.
All of these places I just named, there's no fucking New York and all that. Like, I expected New York to be number one for sure.
Well, because I think that if you were to train that to international, it might reflect a little differently. I think Chicago would still be pretty high, but it could be that like there's some central hub rinky-dink airport that just has like a fuck ton of domestic flights. Yeah, unfortunately for us, there's no such thing as a one-way anywhere. It was the same thing with like Puerto Rico. There was no way to do a direct flight.
Hey, now you're right. When I clarified that, what American airports have the most direct international flights? Number one is Miami International with 110 international destinations. Oh, wait, why are we not higher then? Number two is JFK with 123 international destinations. So how are we not number one? How would we not be number one? It's more than Chicago.
Well, did you ask for a ranked order? Because if you don't actually ask for, you just get the top 5 in any order. Now you guys are getting some chat prompt engineering lessons in this one. But yeah.
LAX is 78 international destinations. Dallas Fort Worth 68. So we really are number one again.
Yeah,
great.
I just had a feeling based on, because I looked into it with Puerto Rico, and the reason there's no direct flight from Montreal to Puerto Rico is because there's only 15,000 Puerto Ricans in Montreal, so who the fuck's really going to Puerto Rico? Which is not the case for Florida, where I could go to Miami for like the same price as going to Aruba, but then when you get to Miami, it is not the same price as it will be in Aruba. That is a huge difference. And anyway, all that to say, it just made sense to me because a lot of people from a lot of countries go to New York City, where it would be like a international hub, and then a lot of those places sounded like they just have a shit ton of domestics, like popping in. Like I could see how like Chicago be like the main place for all the inter-America places to pop into, and things like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Miami has more herb than New York. I don't know about
Bonnie
that.
said, "Don't trust the robots." New York number one. Yo, I don't know about that though, Bonnie. This is my AI assistant. My assistant.
It's very valid, but they sometimes do lie unless you give like a lot of extra scripting.
A lot of specificity. And then Lindell said, "Flaco, it's because Miami has more herb." That's a lie, Lindell.
I was like, no one said that.
It's another lie.
Maybe. What about Coke? Which city has more Coke?
Oh, I mean, you know what?
Because there's more. Man. There's just more New York, right? So
there's more people in New York City. So my natural inclination for everything is generally to put New York first because the numbers beget more than everywhere else.
But what if we say like per capita then? Then it's a more fairer thing.
I mean, I don't know.
Fair.
But Bonnie said, "I'm an assistant."
I never heard anybody be like, Miami has the weed you need to smoke. If anything, I heard Miami has the overpriced weed that you have to smoke. I could be wrong.
Yeah, definitely I'm not going to Miami for fucking bud. They're the last ones. Let me, Lindell, like we gotta fucking, we gave you praises for who you are and how you rock with us. Let's also not start lying about Florida just to appease you. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen either. We're not a lying podcast, okay? Florida is not number one at bud. That would be California. California is the number one bud state. You know what I mean? In America. They're the number one bud guys. And then you and us in the East Coast being so far literally the furthest point from the Emerald Triangle, we all are getting imported the bud from the best exporters. Kind of like New York exports fashion to the rest of the country, or kind of the way that Florida exports crazy Floridian to the rest of the country.
Don't they give us oranges?
Oranges. There we go.
I was like, yo, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's actually Florida.
Let's look it up.
But I know that at least one of them orange companies was like, yo, the Florida oranges is in every year. And it was like a big deal. But
biggest orange producers in America. Number one, Florida. Say no more. They win.
Bet. You guys win.
Wow.
Tropicana, baby. Yeah, so like they got oranges for the world, which is valuable. I like orange juice a lot. So
nah, Bonnie, don't try to take away California's props. This is a crown California has held for a very long time. Distinguishable crown.
The West Coast in general just grows better bud than the East Coast because in general that's just like, yo, even BC got like trees that are like monster trees and the East Coast can't grow no trees like that.
All the places on the West Coast from BC to Denver to Washington State,
is it Oregon,
Colorado, Oregon, all those states that grow amazing bud, guess where they got their growers from? California.
Fair enough.
California exports their growers. People grow up in California, they grow up around somebody who grew bud, and they know all the fucking amazing tricks, and they move places, and they are the kings of fucking, they're the kings of Kush, they're the kings of bud. They're exporting. I know guys in California getting offers when weed was going legal everywhere to go down to Mexico, because that's how crazy the Mexican cartels were hiring Americans to go down there and teach them how to grow properly, correctly, X, Y, and Z, because the swag bud that they were growing no longer was cutting it, and they were losing money big time. And so they were looking to up their business.
It makes sense.
And who do they call? Ghostbusters in California.
Californian weed growers. Yeah, mostly Bonnie was talking about that Integrity Farms from South Park. I know. I mean, I don't know. We like South Park.
I love South Park. I just haven't paid attention in over a decade easily.
Can't say you're like fully missing much, but it's not bad. But there's much better out there, unfortunately.
I mean, listen, man. The thing is that South Park has stayed essentially the same, and eventually I just get tired. You know what I mean? Like, I don't watch Family Guy anymore either. You know what I mean? I don't watch a bunch of shit anymore because I get tired. If Boondocks would have kept going for 20 seasons,
Boondocks was great.
I'd have stuck around for 20 seasons because it's black owned, and there's not a lot of black owned animation going on in the world. So I would have welcomed that. But I don't watch anything past fucking 10 seasons. That shit is crazy to me. Plus there are so many other new shows, new animation shows, like Solar Opposites, I think it's called. Solar Opposites is incredible. You should check that out let me see. Solar Opposites. Yep. It's called Solar Opposites. You should definitely check them out. The gay couple of aliens.
I think we've seen this.
Hilarious.
Not up to date, but seen it. Yes.
There's also another show that we just started tuning in. Called
just so y'all can see. It looks like
Hold up on Hulu. Oh, damn, I forgot the name of it. What the fuck is the name of that shit? Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers is my shit though. Not Hit Monkey, not Solar Opposites, not South Park. Oh, whoopsie. That's my phone that just fell.
That's not good. Hold on.
Brickleberry? No, that's not it.
Brickleberry was pretty mid.
Damn. Oh, no, not the Awesomes. Damn, what was the one? It was kind of like the Awesomes, but it's not related. Extras, details.
I don't know.
You may also like. I don't know. All right, doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
I already gave people the Solar Opposites. Go watch the Solar Opposites. Don't waste any time with South Park. They already got enough. That's the way I always look at it. Like,
I'm probably still gonna watch the new South Parks. I happen to enjoy their perspectives on modern things because that's what they do. There's not a lot of TV shows that in real time respond to things the way that South Park does. And I still appreciate that. Less so with their movies, but their TV seasons are pretty good for that.
Word. But true valid. Indeed. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's.
So yeah,
what are we here to do?
Well, last week you were like, let's save all of our planning stuff for next week, and so now we're here this week and looking into planning stuff. I know we wanted to discuss how we would tackle interviews and planning some trip in the future, pending the border still passable. Which is
looking less and less likely every fucking week.
I'm just saying, like, I know it's like when we started making
last week I was like, nah, no fucking way do we go to war with fucking Canada. This week I'm like, who knows? Maybe we do. Maybe America doesn't invade Canada.
I'm just sitting here
it's crazy
like,
right now.
We got all this water. Y'all have places that are in dire need of water. I'm like, oof, that's a bad situation when you're a resource-heavy, no military country. We got trees. Lumber's wild expensive. Oof, it's not good. We're going to turn into a big shopping mall for America. That's what could happen. Now, on the other hand, when that does happen.
I don't see it.
Now I'm looking American, I guess, which means I can finally cross these borders unimpeded.
Word. Nah, I really don't see it happening, man. Like, America is so finicky about, I'm mad at porn. Bonnie's like, more porn! Yes!
Well, if we really wanted to fight the war, we'd turn off Pornhub. That would hurt. You guys couldn't get no Pornhub without a VPN.
I don't see that being like the thing, though.
What's a joke? That's our biggest flex.
Right? Like America's got other porn. It's like, okay, so they go direct to source.
You know what would happen? There'd be some shit called American Pornhub that would pop up, and it would be like a Pornhub USA.
American Hub. USA Hub.
And then all of a sudden now it'd just be the shit, and they just jack all their content from Pornhub, and then what would Canada do about it? Nothing.
Hub. I could picture that being the name of it. Us Hub.
Yeah.
Us porn.
That's all we got. So let's pretend under the version of life where Canada doesn't get invaded and I can still cross a border. We'd probably have to
I don't see it happening like at all, because if America doesn't want to turn Puerto Rico into a state because it doesn't want to give 2 extra Senate seats to the Democratic Party, I doubt that they want to give 5, 6 seats to the Democratic Party by, invading Canada.
Oh, they could gerrymander us into multiple states, and it could really work in their favor.
It could. I doubt it. I doubt it. I really do.
Because that's the thing. Like Canada is not one. Anyway, it would be so weird. It just feels weird. But we'll see what they do.
It's super weird. It's not happening, man. No worries.
I mean, it's impossible to not worry as a Canadian right now, but like we're not like.
I mean, that's literally you guys' thing is like worrying and apologizing. You know what I mean? Like that's like part of you guys.
Well, it's like imagine for your whole life you were buddy
all you do is worry
with your best friend, the United States of America. And then all of a sudden, this orange guy shows up.
Bad best friend to have, bro. Bad best friend to have.
But that's your best friend your whole life. Whole life.
Yo, your
and then
friend
all of a sudden is now sucker punching us,
murdering son of a bitch that you've been condoning all this time. You need to stop condoning this shit. Let me tell you something. My father, when I was in Puerto Rico, my father was watching a video of like the president of Mexico talking to Mexicans. Bro, what? She had that city capital, like the whole capital, like easily 3 times as many people as would show up to an inauguration for a president in America. Like, and there was no disagreement. Everybody was in there clapping up a storm, agreeing with her, cheering her on.
Yeah,
time you guys need to get on. You guys need to get on.
Well,
some,
you got like okay on some real shit. It's we on that time. Like, let's be real. We on that time. It's just that when it comes to political leaders, Justin Trudeau is kind of a waste. Like, he's the definition of a waste at the end of a fucking career by the time this is happening. So he's out, and now there's a new federal election coming because the new guy can't do shit because he's not elected. So the new guy has to get elected, and then that's going to happen in April, but we don't know which of the new guys is going to win. So it's hard for us to really unite and be like, yeah, when we don't know which of the new guys is about to be the guy who's leading.
You don't know whose speech you want to really
which team to even, and then there's like which vote. Oh man, they're all trash options, but at least one guy's better than the other, I suppose, because usually that's how it ends up being. Usually, but I don't know. It all just feels like we're gonna vote a guy in, rah rah rah. Already though, we hit in your liquor industry. Your liquor industry's tripping right now. What? No, we hit stock prices. Like, it was that like impactful, the Canadian ban of it, not like enough to bankrupt, but enough to make CEOs go, what the fuck, my bonus just got hit. It is that kind of numbers.
What, American liquor company CEOs?
They are not thrilled with, because, we're hitting stock prices. Once a stock price gets hit and the damage is that significant, when a whole country is like, fuck your liquor, it's like, maybe it's not stock prices, but I know that we're at a point where we're having an impact that's measurable and making American liquor CEOs not thrilled with the situation. Because it's about the only place that Canadians have fully agreed to strike back. Like, we're all just like, we can live without American whiskey. To be fair, in my opinion, it's because most of the shit we drink is not American in the first place. But we pull shit off our shelves.
Don't pat yourselves on the back just yet. Really, from what I understand, from what ChatGPT tells me here, it's mostly the European Union, China, and other countries in response to U.S. trade politics, which I also heard. A friend of mine just came back from what the fuck? Why can't I think of it? Some European country and city, and he was like, when he was out there, he's white though, but he was like that when he was out there, people were just like, man, fuck Americans, and putting stickers, the same thing you talked about, putting stickers on either American products or their products so that the citizens can tell what is what and support
sometimes
local
they be
more
lying
than
though.
ever.
Sometimes they be lying on these stickers. Like it'll be like made in Canada on the sticker on the grocery store, and the box literally says made in USA, and we're just like, hold up, grocery store, you're just trying to move this product and trusting that we're stupid. But yeah, Canadian grocery stores, that's a level of evil that like nobody talks about because nobody cares about. But like our Canadian grocery store situation is pretty fucked up, and like it is monopolistic price gouging at its finest. Honestly, American companies would be proud of the way that Canadian grocery store overlords are destroying Canadian economies. But yeah, we don't like our grocery store. We don't even have a good choice. But we do have we spent a whole month boycotting one of our grocery stores. Canadians are on some boycott shit is what I'm learning. I think that's what we've realized we can do because we can't do very much else, but we can spend money smartly, which is what everybody should be doing, spending with your dollars. But yeah, it's a weird vibe.
Yeah, the point being,
that being said, getting there is fucking easy because
Americans are already experiencing losses with this because of other countries as well participating in the whole like, fuck America. Then we're not gonna buy their shit. We'll only buy local.
Yeah.
Or we'll mostly buy local. Yeah, people are in America where it hurts, and the whiskey companies are taking the biggest hit. Of course, whiskey being America's major export, right?
Yeah.
Champagne is a French export.
Rums from the
Prosecco is an Italian export. Cava is a Spaniard export. These are all the different variations of champagne. Rum is a Caribbean export for the most part.
Vodka is the Russians.
Cognac is also a French export.
Oh, yes. Vodka spread up if like you got Diddy running the vodkas.
I mean, Diddy he's not with Ciroc anymore.
That makes sense. But I meant more like Ciroc's American, right? Is what I would imagine. I don't know. Either way, I know that I drink rum, so there's no really big of an issue. Just pick up a bottle of Appletons and you're safe. Can't go wrong with that. You know that shit's coming straight from Jamaica. But otherwise, yeah, that's where I see it really happening. Otherwise, we can't agree. Yo, honestly, I saw something crazy where the American gas company, Esso, proceeded to lower gas prices in Montreal on some fuck shit because they were the first people to drop the gas prices, and then all the Canadian gas prices, obviously they had to follow suit. I'm like wondering if like they're gonna do some shit like that. We're gonna start seeing American companies start dropping prices and shit because arguably we're a minor market for all these companies, right? Like we're not the biggest market. So it's enough that they could do shit like fuck around and lower prices and take some losses for the long-term play.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, SOB having the cheapest gas prices right now in the whole city. It's crazy. The only American company.
Yeah, America gonna take a loss with all this bullshit for sure.
But that being said,
Trump definitely is not the smartest president we've ever had at all.
Nah, but let's say everything's blessed enough that we can cross the border. We are definitely going to have to do things on the straight and narrow, which means you probably have to incorporate or whatever the fucking shit is that would allow us to deal with work visas. Because I believe the top level process is you as a company would then formally invite me to the States on the premise that the show can't operate without me, which is valid. Then I can apply for the visa, and we could even throw Chris into the mix. Questionable, but we could probably throw Chris into the mix because he's our editor, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then just boom, apply for the visas. America likes money, so I don't see why they wouldn't take our visa money and give it to us. Our And that would be the only thing, which means we'd have to start on that shit like sooner, because I don't know how long any of this paperwork would take. And then based on that is when we would be able to plan the trip. Once we're there, yeah, it's just a matter of popping in and booking out, like, whatever. I don't know how your studio situations are looking or shit like that than the guests, but we can make it long enough to make it worth it.
Right. We got to make it more than a weekend. I was thinking about that because I was like, with all the shows that I've been doing with the get together and all these new young artists that we're working with, like I got access to all these young guys. Also, it's just generally more people that I'd like for us to interview. Also, double up, right? Like I would love for us to interview Shalene again and follow up the way we said we would. I would say we should interview other
Just,
people again.
yeah, we definitely could. So the way I see it is we should be honest with ourselves and plan fuck around time and then plan work time. And then that way when we feel like fucking around, we know we got fuck around time so that we can focus on the work time for work time. But realistically, we could do 2 interviews a day. No problem if we plan it right.
Yeah, I mean that's what we did before, right? And I think that we got to. There was one of those trips that we did 2 a day.
Or
I
tried
think that was
to,
a
but there were scheduling conflicts that made it 1 sometimes. But we did
the
several. We did
one the one that we
because it
interviewed.
was Dinko D and General Steel were the same day. And then we ended up with Aguila, and we ended up with Shalene. I think something with Poison Pen maybe
Also,
happened, but then we used it for something else.
no, we got the Poison Pen interview.
No, the one with Sarah Khanna, where we would like have it as a behind
Oh,
this,
right for G Tech. Um,
or maybe that was a
uh,
different trip. To be honest, I don't remember because Buds was with us
yeah,
on this trip. Where we tried to do the 2 a day, but there was definitely some scheduling issues, and we weren't like fully booked. But now if we like plan it out ahead of time, and you know what, I really like the younger people idea because they're more likely to show up and maybe not on time, but take it seriously.
yeah,
Well, you can vet the younger people and point out the ones that you think would show up.
yeah, for sure.
Because in my experience, young people are so excited to come brag about their lives to old people. Like they just can't help it. It's like, oh, you're older than me and you're gonna listen to me? Start opening up.
um, yeah, we should definitely uh get things lined up. I mean, first things first, let's start lining up a time of year
Well,
and
that's where I was bringing it back to. We got to look at how, like, we can chat GPT the visa process, but we do probably need to get Perspectives Incorporated. So I believe you would have to do that because it just makes more sense to make it an American company. And I'll check quickly on the visa process. How long is a Canadian work visa application to film podcast content? Ah, boo. That one's not for freelancers. Oof, this looks like it's complicated. Or, oh no, that's one kind of visa.
yeah, that's...
Yeah, we're looking like a 2 to 3 month visa application, more than likely. So 2 to 3 months just to get the application. I know it costs like fucking $450 each. Chris, if you're watching, that's how much the visa applications cost. So, but like, they know I'm a podcast. It's 450 Canadian each. So, for a visa application. But they know I'm a podcaster, and I don't want to fucking lie at the border. And these days, that sounds like a terrible idea with their little plug your phone. I'd rather be able to just advertise shit, do it all clean, and be like, yo, here's my paperwork, whatever. Then I can bring my gimbal, and I can upload content in the States while I'm there because I'm fucking just allowed to be there, you know? And so if we have like a plan for it, because otherwise it's fucking weird. Like, if even when we're in Virginia for the day, I can't upload a story or an Instagram post or anything, or they'll call it work and I could get clipped because all of my shit's related to media. And it's like, yo, it's weird rules these days. They got wise to Canadians coming to New York City to make content under the ruse of a vacation.
Those are good rules. Like, what are they gonna do? How are you gonna know?
They have a little.
Follow me? You gonna threaten me with a follow? Ooh, I hope.
Nah, they plug your shit into your phone and do the scanny thing and look for anything, whatever. With it, that's a real thing. American border agents can unlock my phone, plug a little device in. They have a little scanner thing where it just AI your whole phone, all your DMs, your text messages, your pictures. This is real. This is like, unfortunately, real.
America is invasive as fuck.
Because it's a border agent. It's not the feds or nothing. You're trying to enter America. So it's not like I'm guaranteed to get searched.
Crazy. That's
but
insane.
What I do know is that they know I'm a rapping podcaster and that I've gone to Vermont to rap. And they know things about me. So I have to now be on my P's and Q's, because if they suspect, the last time I went to Vermont, I went to go to Talib Kweli's show, or one of them people's, I think it was him. Anyway, I went to the show. Yeah, they were like, fucking, are you sure you're not trying to rap? And I had to be like, bro, I'm not that cool. And they believed that. But like, that means they got something on their fucking files, you know? Like, and then they got their AI. So like, imagine if we got ChatGPT, what the fucking border agent is using to go on your phone? So
I don't know, man. I think you might be worried about the rules.
Yeah, because I need to.
I'm willing to bet you that there's other Canadians
catching people
that travel into America with millions of followers, and they don't give a fuck. But then again,
I wouldn't.
They probably incorporated. Or
remember?
LLC,
well, do you remember like when that time I went down with all the podcast gear and shit the first time, and I like nearly got clipped at the border because I told them I was making podcasts, and they were like, "Are you making money?" And I'm like, "No, I don't make money off of this because that's a fact." Unfortunately, but at the time it was a fact, and it was Immortal Technique or one of them, and like they were like, they're changing the laws on this. You need to be there in the future. Like, this is, you've been in the gray zone, because I was flagrant. And then you were like, be careful in one of your Facebook posts at one point, so I took the border more seriously. And if they know I'm a rapper, they're changing the laws.
Be careful. I said be careful to who? To you?
Yeah, because I almost got clipped on my bag smelling like weed one time, and the dogs like sniffed my bag, and you're like, you're too careful. I was
probably talking about the weed.
Yeah. But it made me think more seriously about the border in general. So if they're eyeballing you about fucking content creation and telling you at the border, be careful, influencers are now being included in the visa thing, I'm not going to think they're joking with me. I think they're dead serious and have a little checkbox on my name like, double check this one. Because why wouldn't they? If you were a border agent, wouldn't you check these boxes?
This is all self-imposed for you, Holden. I'm willing to bet if you just go and don't say shit, they're not going to say shit.
Maybe.
What's your business? What's your business in America? Oh, I'm gonna go vacation. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Millions of people come here for that. Enjoy.
Yeah,
you know,
probable.
But when you're like, well, you know, I do have a podcast. They're like, oh, do you? do you, motherfucker? Huh?
Well, it's more like I did it to myself
Why would you
already.
do that? That's like why. That's like if I know the police is pulling me over, right?
Dude,
I'm
they
not gonna be
started.
like,
Every time I've
well,
gone to New York City,
you
they've asked
know,
me
I
real
do.
specific questions.
You do know, officer, I've smoked a lot of weed in my lifetime. Like, what? Why does he need to know that when he's
I don't
pulling me
know. They're
over?
border people.
Like,
They're not.
you're confessing way more. Listen, let me tell you something. When I go to my doctor, I noticed something. When I was in Puerto Rico, I ended up having to take my father to the doctor. And when I took my father to the doctor, I realized he keeps things from the doctor. When it comes to me and my doctor, I tell my doctor everything. Like, I sniff coke every once in a blue moon. I smoke weed every day. I've smoked cigarettes every day, pack of cigarettes every day for the last 20 something years. Like, I'm unabashedly honest. I'm like, I had a pancreatitis a total of 3 times because I drank too much liquor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm completely honest. I'm not trying to hide anything from my doctor because my
The
doctor
doctor.
needs all that information so that they can help me appropriately. On the same like spectrum of advice, I don't want to help the police at all with me. So I don't tell them as much. I don't tell them anything. There's cops in my building. They've been trying to clean up my neighborhood because my neighborhood is a major violent neighborhood. It's got a lot of gang activity. And they have been in my building lately. And they hold open the door for me sometimes. I don't even say thank you. How about that? How about that? Because I didn't ask them to be in my building. So them opening the door for me is like, well, I didn't ask you to open up shit. You know? Now I know how women feel when men hold open doors for them. Like, didn't nobody ask you for your fucking goddamn help? Now you expect a thank you too? Fuck you. Don't help me next time. How about that? So yeah, that's how much I don't talk to police. That's how much you need to talk to border police. You
I'm
need to
just
try
saying
to
that,
keep the
like,
conversations
but
as
they
simple as
go,
possible.
what are you going to? Tell me what you're going to do while you're there. And
All right,
that's when
tell them that you're going to vacation.
they got wild. I don't know. I get nervous. It's not my best forte.
See? Here we go. Fucking nervous ass Holden. You a
I
nervous
mean,
little bitch. That's the
I'm
problem.
working on it. We working on it.
God damn, bro.
But
What
yeah,
the fuck?
but
Let me
like at
tell
the
you
other
something.
hand,
When
I
I
want to be
go
able
into other
to.
countries, I didn't go to Bangkok and tell the Thai border people, like, yeah, you know, I'm a rapper and I'm gonna shoot some music videos while I'm here. I just so happen to be a rapper on vacation that has a camera on his phone and has all sorts of expensive equipment. And therefore, I will happen to shoot a music video, maybe.
I
I
hear
didn't
you.
plan on it.
I hear you. I just think that the U.S.
I did
people
not
are what.
forecast this. I just came up with it as I got when I
I just
suddenly,
think that
you
it
know,
would.
halfway through my trip in Thailand, I realized, oh, let me shoot a music video's worth of music.
I just want to be able to like advertise the shit properly and not have to stress
You
it.
can. You can. You know what you got to do, though, is you got to also focus on making money at things first before you end up confessing that there's a thing. It ain't a business if we're not making money, Holden.
I hear you, but
So what are
the
you telling
government
them
don't.
for?
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Holden's like, I got this great business idea that I'm coming to your country with. Like, what? Why are you telling them that before you build the business?
Well, I mean,
Build
I'm
the
not. I
business.
just like not.
Look,
I
if
just
we're
don't.
doing
You
an
know,
order of things,
my only real
the
concern.
first order of things is do the thing, make money at the thing, and then figure out after you make money how to get that money in order.
Fair
But
enough.
definitely don't go to American border first and be like, hey, You
Yeah,
know.
valid. I'm sure I can just be like, we're going to New York to go vacation and eat pizza and enjoy life.
I'm saying this not only for you, Holden. I'm really not talking to you anymore at this point. You already shit the bed for yourself. Holden's already know. He said, "I'm known at the border." That means he's already dealt with these people more than once, and he's told them too much. He knows how much he's told them. So Holden's like, they know everything about me. And he's probably right, because he probably told them everything about him that he
Well,
didn't need to tell them. Hold
no.
on, Holden. Hold on. Let me fly my plane and let me land it. All right. This message is for everybody else. Okay. Everybody else. Everybody else. Okay. Watching. Okay. Listen to me. Do not go to the border telling them who the fuck you are. Okay? Don't be like, oh, I'm a rapper. Like, are you fucking Eminem? Because if you're not making millions of dollars, I'm sorry to fucking disappoint you, buddy, but you're not a rapper. You're just a fucking working class man with a fucking rapping hobby. So what are we doing here? Are you introducing yourself properly? Are when you go to border patrol, you go to border people, you know what you tell them? Fucking nothing. They're gonna be like, let me see your ID. They're gonna be like, let me see your passport. Let me see your fucking ticket. You hand them both. Don't say shit. Don't say a goddamn fucking thing.
No, always
You
ask me where
hand
my
them.
address is.
You
They ask
hand them what they
every time.
You hand them what they asking for, right? Once they start asking you questions like, what are you here for? You're here for a good time. You're here to vacation. Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're in America vacationing. What you do on your vacation is nobody's business. And if you so happen to do something that maybe potentially ends up being a lateral business move that you didn't know about, how the fuck were you supposed to know that you were going to have that happen? You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen in life. You don't know if you're going to fucking die tomorrow or right now. You could be watching us on your phone
it's fair
in your
enough.
car while you're
Don't
driving,
advertise it.
and you could fucking die. So you don't know what you're coming to America to do. Okay? That's first off. You don't know what you're coming to America to do. You're coming to have a good time on vacation. That's it. That's the end of that. Keep it simple, stupid. All right? Don't fucking overcomplicate things. Don't tell them what you do. Did they ask you what you do?
So they always ask me where I'm going, what I'm doing specifically. Like they don't. Every time I've gone.
Where are you going? You're going to New York to eat pizza.
Yeah.
On vacation.
Yeah. That was good. And then.
Where are you from? You're from Montreal. You hit them with the accent. I'm from Montreal. And then you say some other French shit. They don't gotta know. I'm not gonna go that far.
They speak French at the border, I'm sure.
I'm sure. So what?
I'm sure they do.
Now you're showing them how French you are.
Nah, I'm good. I'll just speak English at the border. Then on the Canadian side, where I really have to be careful now is to keep all my fucking receipts, because by the time that goes in, if these tariffs go off, I promise you, I'm just not gonna lie about these receipts. I'm gonna just have them all. I know. You're looking at me like I'm a rule follower.
You are a rule follower, but that is who you are.
I've heard it's because I heard of so many people who've caught bans for dumb shit, and I'm not trying to catch a ban on some dumb shit because I'm not good at
my little
this
sister
shit.
Is also a Scorpio, and she is my little sister. She's younger than me. She thinks she's cooler than me. She's not fucking cooler than me. And she thinks that she's like a rule breaker. And then we start having conversations together. And she's like, oh, my brother's a criminal. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm a criminal. But you want to know what I'm not?
A rule follower.
Not a fucking rule follower. What the fuck, yo?
Bro, it's the border. I'm not trying to catch a ban. I know enough people who caught bans and can't cross that border. I like being able to cross the border.
Let me tell you something. I'm back in America, right? When I fucking flew to fucking Thailand, I flew with drugs on me. Fucking drugs. Because I'm going to fucking do drugs in your country, goddammit. And I landed and I did drugs. And I came back to America with drugs. And then when I was coming to the American border from being in Thailand, I realized I still had drugs on me and I took them all. Because I was like, oh shit, fuck, American fucking border people don't play. Take all the drugs. And I ate them all. And then border people were talking to me, and I was just like, this dude is out of my fucking mind. But I got through it, and I got in because it's my country. How dare they not let me in?
It's not my country. It's your country. That's the difference.
It is my country. Listen, I'm just saying to anybody else who's watching,
your country's picking a fight with my country.
You don't need to keep it simple, stupid. Always keep it simple, stupid. Right? Don't volunteer unnecessary information. And just come in here and do what you got to do. And then, you know, it's like I would tell people with sampling, right? When you're a rapper, guys.
Oh, it's because I had like gear in my car
that
time.
Hold on.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
I had a memory.
So I constantly have rappers. I know rappers. I've always known rappers throughout the years that always be like, oh man, I can't do that because I don't know if we can clear the sample. I'm like, clear the sample? I'm like, what? Do you hear yourself? You sound absurd. Fucking put it out. And if the song becomes a hit, then you worry about clearing the fucking sample. How about that? How about make it make money first? Make it make sense. Mims, make it make sense. And then figure out the money after. But figure out if there's something to be making money in the first place before you even declare it. Don't be making like, oh, I'm in a relationship with this girl, and the girl's like, we didn't even talk about this. We're in a relationship? What? It's news to me, my guy. You know? You gotta fuck first before you go
all that being said,
rules or declaring that you're fucking something.
I was bringing gear across the border that time, and I told them, because if they did search my car with a bunch of podcasting gear, that is a problem, because unfortunately, and I told them too much information, so we're here in the now, where this is already like on file.
I'm like, you could have said a bunch of shit. Like, yeah, I'm bringing, this is my equipment.
I didn't think I had to lie because I didn't realize we're not getting paid, so I didn't know that it qualified as work until they decided to redefine what that meant, and now it did qualify as work, and it was too late because I told them. Didn't know.
Fucking tattletale. Fucking tattletale. I'm never committing a crime with you, Holden. Let me tell you something. Never.
It's probably a smart choice.
Never.
I'm not really the crime type. I don't know that I'm good at crime, so I don't do a lot of it. That's why I try to stay legal with my life. I just don't know if I'm the crime type. Some people are.
Let's figure out when you're coming out here, and let's.
For me, it makes the most sense in like September-ish, because like I said, like we're doing this Aruba trip, then I have to go in June to my brother's wedding, and then possibly a Nashville trip right after that. So I don't know if I really got money like that. I need a few months to recover, stack up a bit, because unfortunately your city's fucking expensive, and it's very hard to be cheap there. Plus I think the Airbnb situation's like deaded, so it's like we really do have to go through hotels and shit. So I don't know how cheap or expensive.
In New York, yeah.
So it's not
you gotta
really
go
cheap.
To a hotel. Nah,
so it's different.
But it's also not that much more expensive. It's like
we did real well with Airbnbs while we found these nice, good illegal spots. Didn't cost that much money. Definitely less than half the price of what the hotel rooms used to cost. So I don't know what it's like now, but we'll figure this shit out and. Whatever. It's not really about the nice hotel rooms. It's
all right. I got perspective page up. Where is this going? To-do list, potential ideas, meeting topics.
You can put it anywhere, and we can figure out where after. But I don't know how bad Chris really want to come, and that also depends on that. Because if Chris is coming, it also
Chris,
depends
you gotta fucking figure it. Chris, what the fuck are you doing with your life, bro? How many vacations have you taken outside of Montreal in the last 5 years? How many, Chris?
I don't know.
Anthony
Chris,
in
you
the
still with
comments.
us? You still with us?
He's here. He sees me. He knows I'm persecuting him. He knows what time it is.
Wow, Lindell, you're hilarious. Lindell says, Flacco, Holden and
He
Flacco,
said
both
it's
of
a
you are
crime to
criminal.
debate him. That's a lie. It's a lie.
It's not a crime.
I'm not a criminal. I am a criminal, but I'm not a criminal.
I'm not a criminal.
Holden's not a criminal. Holden's a fucking law-abiding citizen.
Man, I'm not against dabbling
He's
in
a
some white
law-abiding
collar shit.
citizen in countries he's not even a citizen of. How about that? That's how
Yes.
law-abiding he is.
Well, why would I break the laws against in your country?
Let me tell you something. I land
weren't you-
somewhere and I'm immediately trying to break a law within the first 24 hours. I'm trying to break a simple law I know I can get away with just to test the boundaries, just to tip my toe in the water and see what it's like.
You know what? When I try to be like that, I don't know where the line is. And then bad things happen, and then y'all make fun of me and shit. And I'm just trying to minimize all of that. Just try to live with it. Listen, I got great shit in life. I don't have to break the law. It's simpler for me. I don't have to then come up with any, it's just, the truth is easier for me, as much as I can tell it. I understand that the Aruba border agents don't need to hear nothing about the music video I'm going to shoot in Aruba, though. That's a fact.
Exactly. There we go.
Absolutely. They don't need to hear nothing about it.
Nothing.
But
they're not fucking.
That's wild. Looking at the Airbnb map, like now compared to back then, like there still are Airbnbs, but like there's so few far in between. And I'm like, damn, everything's in Jersey.
What, in New York?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like Brooklyn has some. Like when I say some, I mean like less than 30. So I'm like, that's crazy to me. But I guess that's the new reality.
Yeah. But also look at what the fuck is the name of that place? Look at
Hotel NYC prices.
I was gonna give you a specific one to look at. Here we go.
Oh shit, there's some cheap looking motherfuckers.
Okay, here we go. Over by
the Highbridge Hotel looks affordable. Oh, is that in Canadian?
I knew it would be. Boom, here we go.
Yeah, I nearly like made flight choices off of American pricing, and thank goodness that
Radio, look into the Radio Hotel.
Radio Hotel NYC.
Yep. Pretty cheap, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen
$88 in the room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check it after, but jump ahead to like September just for the fuck of it and see what's good.
Yeah, they got $80 hotels. But also you get what you pay for, you know what I mean? Like, don't expect that to be nice.
But we're not there for like the Puerto Rico trip we were there to lounge. So like, yeah, we were gonna be in the room with the roof was great. True. This is like I was saying the same thing to Bonnie too. Like as much like we had a choice for like this beautiful rooftop pool condo thing for a couple hundred more, but then I'm like, do we really want to be at the Airbnb or do we want to be on the beach with the partying? And I'm like, I want to be on the beach with the party. In Aruba, yeah. I'm like, I don't care that much about the Airbnb here. Like we were looking, like it's not no Puerto Rico. But like, yeah. So, but it's like it depends the trip. So if the goal of this trip is to be out there in New York Citying and like eating pizza and fucking talking to people and like, then like who fucking cares? As long as the place is not gonna like be unsafe, you know, like then I don't really care. I just want to have somewhere I can stash my shit with a bed that doesn't suck ass. And then the rest of it, like, I don't know. Like, honestly, all I was judging about these Airbnb listings in Aruba was there were 2 criteria: that they have hot water, because if you ever do Airbnbs in Aruba, don't be seduced by cheap prices that have no hot water. You may regret that choice later on. And then if it was if hot water, and if the bed looked nice, because man, some of these beds look fucking terrible.
Word.
Yeah, so like cheap is fine if it's like doable, you know, like it's more about when it could be done, like September, possibly October. I mean, I'd rather do it September.
When? New York?
Yeah, because I need a few months to recover from the summer.
I'd rather do. I'd rather do mid-November.
That's even better because it's more time to recover.
Isn't your birthday in November?
It's the 3rd.
Yeah. I would say then, but the truth is that
Chris's
I have
birthday
my
is November
biggest event.
29th.
My company always is going to be doing the New York Marathon on the first couple of days of November. That is our World Series, and that's like all hands on deck. And so I can't do anything until that's over, which is, hold on, let me see something real quick.
Yo, listen, it's all good, right? Because
November.
Chris's birthday is the end of November, so if we do it in the middle of November, it's like the average of the 2 birthdays.
Word. We probably do it like that second week, the 9th, the 8th through the 14th, or we do it the following
I know
week,
when
the
your
15th
birthday
through
is,
the
Chris. I
21st.
said that. Anyway, November 29th. He's like, so Chris has been listening.
He's not fucking telling you that you're wrong. Why are you getting so defensive? Why did you say that like that? Why did your voice get so whiny just now? What the fuck was that bullshit about?
It just happens.
No, it does not happen. You do not let that happen, okay?
We're
Apologize to
working
Chris
on.
now.
Sorry,
Apologize
Chris.
to Chris now.
You're
Exactly.
sorry, Chris.
Dude, you're over here fucking whiny, screaming at him. All he posted was the exact date that his birthday is.
Facts.
He wasn't telling you were wrong.
Facts.
You allowed your brain to tell you that. Yeah, we do it sometime the second or third week, because then the 4th week in New York is in the country is Thanksgiving. So
which nobody want to deal with that.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. And you don't want to deal with those prices. You'd rather do the prices through the 8th to the 21st sometime. Probably that week of the 8th to the 14th. We just need to figure out which weekend exactly you guys are going to be here. I'm probably going to be working specifically into the 3rd and the 4th.
Ooh, those prices went right the fuck up mid-November compared to the summer. Wait, anyway, we can shop around. I was on the Radio Hotel. Hold on, maybe I'm wrong. Let me go back to like the summer or September.
What the price is?
Yeah, I just like clicked on it just to see. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm double checking again. Oh no, I was wrong. It's actually way cheaper in November than it is in September. It was the opposite. Yeah, I'm seeing $200 per night at this Radio Hotel. Maybe it's cheaper for you because you're American.
If it is, then but it probably is also the dollar amount right now. Like it's probably 120 for you guys. No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even stressing it. We're gonna look into what makes the most sense.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Also,
if I can do something on my end to help you out, then that's also fine. Like if I could get them for 88, then I could just book the rooms for you on my end, and
but like
instead of you booking it through your end.
As far as like the rest of it, it's also like how far from where are we gonna record these podcasts? Like, do we have any? We got to figure out that part too.
Right. We got to figure out exactly.
Because ideally,
Nah,
we would
but
want to have a hotel place that's closer to the podcast recording thing, if we could set that up. Because ultimately, if we
I
have
mean,
to take,
honestly, I'll look into the Radio Hotel because I do believe the Radio Hotel. I know for a fact the Radio Hotel used to be a radio station in Washington Heights. That's the neighborhood that's in, Washington Heights, which is adjacent to my neighborhood,
right?
or a stone's throw. Point being, they might be one of those modern hotels with like, oh, and we have a podcast space. You know what I mean? To which is like, okay, let's see what kind of podcast space.
Yeah.
I'll also talk to the studio that I let me see, bring you to a video of the space that I be in.
Yeah, no, I don't think the Radio Hotel currently offers a podcast space from what I can see. But
All
it
right,
does
check it
look
out. Can
nice.
I give me the power to share? Let's share with the people. I could share.
Done.
With
It's
the
shared.
people.
The power is there.
Holden likes to control and hoard the power.
It's just the default setting.
He's a power hoarder. Holden said it's just a default setting.
Oh my god, I just don't think about it.
Yeah, so this is the studio that I record at now. Right? They got this cool little pool table. They got a kitchen. They got a refrigerator, 2 bathrooms. Right?
Right. Art on the wall in the bathroom shows they at least care about being classy.
Yeah, they do care about being classy.
Yo, after being in all these random restaurants, I do judge places by the effort they put into decorating their bathrooms.
Yeah, like look at this one. This one's cool. Microwave, little toaster oven thing. Boom. So then they got these 2 studios. I don't record in this one. This is the other one. I'm usually recording in this one right here. Which is why there are people in there. There goes Nate. Hi, Nate. Say hi, Nate. Hi, Nate. Paulie was in the booth. Boom. And then we keep going. And now we got a space. There's also photog space. So golfing thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, we could work with whatever we need. But whatever you think makes sense. I figure you can figure it out, but ideally, I mean, it makes sense to be near that space.
I had just cut my hair short, right around. I had just cut it short. I look like a freaky auntie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I definitely think that's my main thing is if we can find something that's not going to break the bank, and that would also be close to where we're going, so that just reducing travel time is going to just be like a fucking
but that's the thing is that that's why I'm like keeping the idea of maybe doing that, because mostly everybody's always in Brooklyn.
Anyway, so that's where I'm at with it. So I mean, if you figure out who you want to film and some shit like that, then we can like plan it out. And if we're gonna aim that far in advance, we can just lock it in over the next couple of months, watch for deals, that type of shit too. Because who knows, maybe if we watch for it, one of them fancy joints drops down in prices to something sexy. But yeah, so we can definitely do that, and then. Yeah.
Potential guest. We would like to speak with Shalene again, correct?
Yeah. And then
I would love to follow up with her.
On the other hand, we have a car though, so we could always drive to you which makes things simpler. Because I'm not flying down, I'm just driving down.
Right. Doesn't really matter. You know, it's not like I'm walking anywhere. I take cabs everywhere.
Yes.
And most of the times I'm telling you to stay put because it would be more wasteful for you to drive to me than for me to just take a cab to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
but in general, it gives us the flexibility to pop around the city if necessary.
Yeah, we'll be able to hop around the city easier. Absolutely. Shalene, let's talk about guests. Let's talk about
what about
guests.
Rockness Monster? Is it possible to get him still?
We can give it a shot.
Because he was down at one point. He seems to be really into this talk. He seems to really like talking on YouTube. I've already subscribed to his channel and occasionally
I'm subscribed
comment.
to his channel too. I occasionally comment too.
Sometimes it's alright, but like he got takes. I feel like he'd come and enjoy it. It would be interesting to do it with Sarah Connor. I don't think we actually have a proper episode with her.
Sarah Connor.
As far as like old guests, I don't know if somebody like Mickey Fax is there. Is he in New York or is he somewhere else?
Nah, he's in Atlanta, but we can see. I can reach out to him and see.
Cause he'd be like or Jay Smooth would be another one that would be really interesting.
Okay, right. Hold up. Let's one at a time. I had already reached back out to Jay Smooth for an episode, a follow-up episode. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, come on. Mark is Mickey Fax's name. Yo.
Yeah, Mickey Fax.
You happen to be in New York City in November?
Yeah.
He does do a lot in the city, and he usually knows his schedule ahead of time. And if he's not booked in New York yet, this might help convince him to book some shit in New York and make a trip up here around that time. You know what I mean? Like it might be a peripheral thing that he could squeeze in.
What about Rise Hendricks? He be doing his thing big time.
Yeah, Rise is he upstate New York. He was never in New York proper. He was always like up in Buffalo, like closer to the border.
Right, Buffalo's stupid far. Buffalo's stupid far. That's not like close far.
Mm-mm.
Just trying to like think through the guest of who would be like noteworthy, not noteworthy, but like who I've seen do things.
CC said, I think an old one, short.
I was talking about Sarah Connor. He's talking about the Sarah Connor thing.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if there, but you said you also have youngsters that I really like the idea of.
Yeah, I put down Dark. He's one. There's a couple new artists that we've dealt with.
But if you like put the feeler out and you like scratch around, you can probably find some people in that world. No?
In what world?
Young people doing rap that want to talk on an interview.
Yeah, of course. But I'm specific about who I want to give an opportunity to. I don't just sit down with nobody.
Right. What about
I got Dark written down, and I'll probably put somebody else. I mean, Henry, we could definitely do, but
or what if we do like a special episode with him that maybe is something different, so that we could do something with him.
You know what? Henry Hennessy and friends, and we have him introduce some artists that he's working with. Since I've noticed that he's been working with a lot of young cats. You know what I mean? That'd be a great interview. Like interview him and his boys at a studio and do a whole little,
Yeah, I'm with that.
um
I'm just trying to think of people that were like, I don't know, like, and then I don't know who else you know in your influence sphere that would be interested. People like the battle rap shit. I don't know if you know any battle rappers that would be. I don't know.
I'm thinking. I'm literally thinking. This is me thinking. Um I'm trying to think about battle rappers we haven't interviewed yet versus interviewing certain people for a second time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, I think it would be more. Did we ever interview Moneybags?
I don't think so.
Moneybags would be Moneybags or Jay Murda or both.
Both. Like, the more names we get on the list, the more likely we fill the schedule, and then we would want to, because that's really what, once we get that done, and then we just get people that you think are like likely to show up, and then if we do have okay, so then if we do have cancellations, what we should do differently is have backup content ideas. So maybe it isn't fully an interview, but like it could be something like going to Century 21 and buying a bunch of fits, or some bullshit that we could do that would be like an adequate filmable use of time. Because I know you're not a huge fan of walking around with gimbals, but we could do some damage with that shit.
I feel like we did that and then we never used any of that footage. So I'm like less perceptive to it. You know what I am like, you're worried about that. You know what I'm starting to worry about now that I'm thinking about it is like our camera work. And like, let me tell you something. After doing that interview with Xavier, where I sat down and talked about grind time and all this shit, like, man, wait until you see that interview. That interview is gonna look so amazing, and it's because of the camera work. You know what I mean? Like, we need better cameras, and we need a videographer taking actual video the whole time.
So with that, we could then go do other shit
So
and
now
have.
we need to invest in somebody to
Well, as you're
actually.
saying it, what if we were to just make something bigger? Okay, so maybe like we do the interviews, but then if we're gonna invest in somebody, we go one step further and make like a mini doc or some shit out of the trip, like a whole bunch of behind the scenes,
I
just
think
shit that.
adding a mini doc to it is like complicating things and gonna add on to the the weight of the scope of everything. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um, while I think that just getting somebody, the first things first, right, is like the somebody. Like, who would we be able to get that would even, right? Like that, like if I'm talking to somebody like Xavier about doing something like this, right? Xavier is gonna be like, yo, he already charges like
Yeah,
almost
that's
$1,000 a music video. You know what I mean? And that's like a couple hours of a day's worth of time. Like, like he's the type of person that if you were to ask him, which is the higher scale, it is the higher scale, but it is also like a guaranteed quality scale. You know what I mean? And somebody like him is going to cost like thousands, plural, of dollars per day. You know what I mean? Like the next best thing that we could hope for is somebody giving us a huge discount, um, or us putting a camera in the hands of somebody with a pretty good eye. And that's the only way that like it would.
I mean,
like
I hear,
save
and
money.
actually, just to where you're going with it, one of the things that's happening in the spaces of podcasts is that the video side / YouTube side of it is becoming more important. So there is an argument to be made that if we're going to make these products, investing in the better visual quality will have a higher impact. Just unfortunately, we're here now.
Go to the video, right? Let's go look at that little clip of my video, my interview with fucking Xavier. You know, that's on my Lily Bro Flacco IG page. It should be at the very tippy top. Tippy.
Let me just get it loaded up.
And so the point that I'm just trying to make with this is like, yo, Xavier just decided to start doing interviews, and he's already gained wild interest because his interview is, you know, it's clean. Everything that he did.
It's one of these three.
Oh, why is it not there?
Is it Liddy Bros or Flacco Bayo?
No, Liddy Bro Flacco.
Wait.
Click on the Liddy Bro Flacco hashtag right there.
Wait.
Hashtag.
Can't click on it. I'm not. It's not a.
Oh, you can't click on it. What the fuck is wrong with your fucking computer?
It's not. It's not. I'm not signed in. It's a browser. Hold on, let me see if I can find it on the next one.
Then.
It's also a desktop. It's not a phone.
Yeah, when I do desktop, I can click on things.
Let me see. Yeah.
But it's not like I'm on something different. We're both on Chrome.
Yeah, I don't know. It is not letting me do it. I have seen the clip
press
though.
the purple one.
This one?
Nah. Nope.
This one.
That one. Yep.
Ah, fuck off. Okay, 1 second. And I'm pretty sure I'm good. Alright, bet.
That's so funny.
Should work.
I see. Fucking. I don't know why it's still. Okay, there it goes.
Yeah. No.
Liddy Bro Flacco. You can click on the profile from right there at the top.
Well, it's probably because I wasn't logged in.
My favorite song. I like ice cream a whole lot. It tastes good when days are hot. On a cone or
why isn't it taking you there?
This would be my only wish.
Oh, this right? Okay.
There you
go.
There you go. Right there. Right at the top.
This one or wait?
No.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, first post.
And then at the time, we were leaving Grind Time, and Poison Pen was heading. We were doing Poison Pen
Clean,
TV,
man.
and we were gonna upload our videos to URL. We were gonna become like a subsidiary, or so we thought. Little did we know that they were putting the okie doke on us and just trying to get the best thing that Grind Time had left away from Grind
we could
Time.
bootleg
So
this
it kind of
if we try.
helped their demise. You know what I mean?
And then really
And
play
so
with it with
us
editing.
playing chess. Yeah, they were playing chess. They were playing, salute to Smack, salute to Beasley. I don't know whose idea that move was. Salute to them because it was a genius move. And I can't be mad. If I was them, I'd probably have done the same exact fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, yo, come over here. Come on the winning team. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the next thing you know, once you out of there, it's like, let's phase you out. Wow. And then at the time, we were leaving Grind Time.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean,
the point being it looks very clean. You know what I mean?
If we're able to maybe fake it or do it ourselves, that's ideal to me. Because we could.
All right, so check it out. I have a Black Magic pocket camera. It's just in Boston.
But it's like we would need to
videographer
sit down and think about how many cameras, because if you want to have the multi-shots and we're doing us and them, it's going to be at least 4 cameras to get that. Like, it's going to be a bit of work, but honestly, with AI, if we're willing to spend a bit on some AI, the editing is going to be nothing. and like it could be doable to pull this off if we, because really what we need, because those are still shots, right? So really we just need a mounted tripod, and then we need to take our time with setup before guests come and like really fucking.
Also, you know what we really need? You know what
Lighting.
really lighting. Lighting is what changes everything, changes the game on all this shit, man. All my main fucking video guys are like, they all range in what kind of cameras they got, but what they don't range in is like not having lights. Like they all have lights and they know how important lighting is because they're video guys. And that's what video guys are always gonna say.
So
Is
in
like
theory, all
lighting.
of this shit's rentable in New York City. So what we would need to do is make a gear list. But let's say we had 2 lights on each side. I don't know how many. You know what? I don't know nothing about lighting, but I assume 2 lights on each side balances out the shadows. And then 2 cameras kind of at different angles that could cut between it, figure out whatever the sound situation is. We could get away with not hiring a videographer for the podcast recordings if we take our time and do tests and just tell our people, like, we want to make this look great and crispy, bear with us, and bake that into the schedule. So if everyone's there with us and it takes 30 minutes to get everyone set up and we have to play with some lights and we have to do some shit to make it look crispy, we could find the best places for shots and shit. Like we could, like, let's say we know we're going to use that studio. We just take like a 3-hour session instead of an interview. And it's literally, we just spend all that 3 hours figuring out how to shoot it at the best possible fucking everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much we need a video. You're already incredible with the framings and the shots and shit. So you're going to know what you want to see. When you see it, like, well, we got it set up, you know? That's just my first thoughts on that. Like,
go to the perspective interview with General Steele.
Yeah, 1 second. Oops, gotta share it.
Put it at 2 times speed and mute it.
That's the fuck up.
Yeah, we should probably work on that too.
Alright, muted. Not 2 times speed though. Alright. We real dark.
We real dark.
Yeah, that means we could plan then. Like, we could look into the gear list and then just make sure that we have the proper lighting that we need. The fucking cameras, like if it requires renting 4 cameras and shit, maybe it's like $1,000 in gear rental. But it sounds like that's a lot cheaper than paying a human to go and do it.
You don't know. It gets more expensive than that.
But you're right. I don't know. So maybe it's better to find somebody.
He looks good. He looks good. I was wondering if we had because I recorded 2 perspectives on him.
Somewhere in there it's gonna pop up, but I don't remember when and how often.
Barely used it, right? Copy.
I don't know if it was Chris who edited this. Somebody edited it at a certain point, or well, I think at what? No, but I think also for one of the 2 perspectives, it was only like at half the interview because something had happened, and I don't remember what at this point.
Right. Nah, all good. I just wanted to remember what did work, what didn't work, so that we know what we're focused on trying to improve upon.
Yeah. There it is.
There it goes.
That was a great shot, actually, with the brightness and stuff. But anyway, we could. That's what I mean. Like, we can play with it. We can have somebody like Chris be our model to sit everywhere. Well, or like have me and Chris or whatever. However we do it, but we could set the shit up where we just test everything for like 3-4 hours before the first interview. Make sure everything looks good. Make sure we're feeling comfy with it. And then when the interviews come, we're going to know what the good shots are because we've already like scouted and prepared it and figured out how we're going to do it. And then, yeah, it should be a pretty point and shoot. And then the location would be, and then if we do have to go somewhere, like let's say we go somewhere different, we just tell people we need like 30 minutes to set up and test before we're going to film. And it's going to be annoying, but it'll look better and you'll like how you look better. And most people respond well to that. So I'm not worried. We just budget that into the time. But for the most part, this shit's just what? Put it on a tripod, find the angle, make the lighting look nice, and hit record.
Word.
So
I'll find a way to tighten up. I'll find a way to tighten up my end of things and make all this gear travelable. Cause I'm like, I can use my fucking. I got a ring light that I use for this show, and it's so funny because like other people are like my wife, when she comes out here and I turn on that ring light for her, she's like, "Oh my God, I look so professional." I'm like, "You just have lighting on you."
Yeah. So I mean, that's what. But I mean, like, it could be.
But the point is, we can use everything. We should also, yes. Well, I'm going to look into proper lighting, right? But I'm gonna fucking bust out everything that I can. And if proper lighting is only going to take us but so far, I'm going to make sure that we have backup lighting for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the cheap, for free. And if that's what that means is me carrying my ring lights, then, oh well, then but I have the boxes, I think, still. So, yeah, the point is,
yeah. No, I totally feel that. Like, whatever makes sense is what we gotta do. But I assume that somebody you know has to know somebody that has some plug or another. But I don't know. I don't know how much gear costs.
I mean, there's just, before I even do that, I'd be looking at B&H. B&H does rental. So that's what we used to do with Grind Time back in the days. We had a cameraman who had a camera, a good camera, but really what we would do is spend money on renting some of the best lenses that he didn't have at B&H. And that would make our events look amazing, you know?
Yeah. And then basically the rest of it would just be planning. So if we know we're doing all this, we figure out how long it takes. I mean, you'd be able to learn how to use the gear and have a better sense of that up front. But we do all that, and then I think we can end up with a better product. And then we just, in this case, plan for, before we release it, we could do shit like watch it on the stream without having it public and look for clips inside of it or some shit like that, and like plan out the marketing strategy too, so that we stockpile it and it takes a couple of months maybe to put out, but we really like put the work in that period to make it happen. Because at this point, I don't know, I'm getting pretty comfy with like to do things like transcribe lyrics on a clip or whatever. It's way easier than it used to be. You know, like it's not.
It's easier. It's still a pain in the ass, though. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
it's more doable than it was in latter years.
And as far as the posting goes, it would suck. But like, if we're gonna do it, we need to also make sure that we just think in advance about all the stuff we need, checklist everything, and then it would be great if within your network of people, there's also somebody that could just be like a producer of sorts, keep us on track, knowing that we can edit out everything, but just having like a person, if anybody you can think of, would be really interesting.
Damn, I mean, I know producers for real, like fucking the twins. One of them used to produce for Deezus and Mero when they were on Showtime. Um, I'll see. I'll reach out.
But like if not, it's I'm just thinking out loud of things that would help, and maybe we just, I don't know, somebody though that can be like, you guys are off track, or keep it going, or but then also in the editing we don't have to use everything, which is something I think we've done in the past. We could just cut out parts that might be kind of boring. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of these interviews end up being edited in ways where you don't really see the cuts that easily, you know?
I mean, we watched the Shalene interview, and I know that there was stuff cut out of there, and I couldn't even tell you where it would have been cut out.
Oh, there's definitely cuts all over that, but I feel like we did an okay. There was 2 or 3 that are really obvious that if you're really paying attention, it's like the conversation shifts radically, but most of them are pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth.
But yeah, I just think it's like one of them things where it's like not worth overthinking it, because like we can just film all this content, go through it. We could have like the full unedited version be something like a Patreon exclusive, so that like if anyone ever really wants to watch it, it's there. But in the meantime, we could just have like the proper edited interview just be like something where we thin it through, we go through it and be like, you know what, this conversation we wish to hit, whatever, it's there. Cut out some of the filler stuff or anything that's repetitious or whatever. And I think that would tighten it up as well, because part of it isn't just the filming, it's the polishing on the edit. And I realize now that, having listened to so many podcasts, that they really do be recording like 90 minutes to 2 hours of shit and whittling that down to like 45, 60 minutes. That's like the hardest shit that they said that day, you know? So there might be something to consider. I'm not saying cut out anything valuable that the guest says, but even if it's just like, you know, a bunch of or whatever, we could tighten it, you know, more than we have in the past. I don't know. Editing, it's going to be a whole thing, especially with most. No, AI, it'll be all right. I don't know. AI would be like a couple $100, and it should be able to bang out all of them. Chris has looked into some of those tools, so I know that like they're out there, and basically it would do shit like you would put in all the camera streams and then all the audio files, and it would just mash it up, auto cut the cameras, do everything automatically, and then just kind of do all the editing work in like minutes, and then you just go through and fix shit after. So given that this technology exists, I don't see why we wouldn't leverage it and then use that
for sure
to like edit it nice, because I'm pretty sure that's what most of the big podcasting people will be doing. Audio, I don't know. Lapel mics, handheld, it's like, I don't really know. I don't know the best option for audio. Like, it could just be like stands with Shores on them. I don't know. But like, that's something that would also have to get figured out. But then, yeah, once it's done, we could use AI to edit it, and then just take fucking footage of the hottest parts, turn them into clips that we promote based on whatever schedule, and really push it. Then, if organically any of the clips start, even 10,000 views, like whenever a clip gets a little buzz, what we should have done is, like, let's say that dating one that happened that got a little controversy, we should have thrown like $50 at advertising to give it a bigger boost. And so when we start seeing which clips perform,
we did post the dating shit.
No, I forgot about that. We could still post that, actually.
No,
that might be fun.
Fuck that. Shit is fucking old as shit now.
Valid. No, but we posted a clip of you talking about some dating shit, blue collar guys versus white collar guys, one time when we were trying to post a bit more, and that shit got like 5,000 views and a bunch of people arguing with you. Yeah.
Really?
Somewhere. Yeah.
I didn't even know. On the
I think
perspective
on
IG
yeah. So the next
or
time we see
YouTube?
no IG. Um,
Or
but so the next time something like that happens where we get this little mini viral, we throw like 30, $40 at
yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
30,
it
$40
fucking
at it. Absolutely.
and then it pops
Yeah.
off more, and then we start playing that game, and that's how we really grow a podcast, because it's like all about the TikToks and the shorts and the reels now more than it is about the main episode, and especially because on TikTok and Instagram you can drop like 3-4 minute clips and it's all right. It's only YouTube that's a jerk about it. Well, you can still drop the videos on YouTube, but they won't be shorts. Anything past a minute's a proper video. Yeah, no. So like, I feel like with the current landscape of social media, we could get some fire edited, polished 3-4 minute clips that get the right 4 or 5 argument type shits in there. Good times. And then in the meantime, maybe, I don't know, Chris, if you're still with us, we could start looking into like a GIF folder or whatever. We can all start, because basically what we want to start doing is capturing all of the reaction GIFs now that we want to use in these clips.
Stop saying it like that.
I can't help it.
GIFs with a soft G, not a hard J.
It's just kind of where I'm at with it. I don't know how to say GIF.
GIFs. They're not GIFs.
I just, it doesn't sound natural to me.
It's a GIF like a gift, except it's not a gift. It's a gift.
This would be great if General Steel wasn't playing in the background the whole time. Like this type of shit. You didn't know
that? I'm watching that shit on the live feed.
I was like, just kind of got used to it, so I forgot that it was like over that part. Anyway, it happens. Well, I had to say, like, yeah. So with the proper like content plan, then we get a bunch of GIFs in a folder that like do the reaction shits. Then we can start plugging in, like the pause moments, things like that. Just get it set up the way that other people are doing it. The fucking captions are nothing. That's fucking easy peasy these days. So it's like, we could probably bang out a lot of content. Like in one interview, we should be able to find like 15 clips if we're really smart about it. Reuse content between different clips, find different ways to. But if we watch it as a group with the goal of thinking of YouTube videos that are clickbaity and just thinking of it from a content point of view, then we can anyway, we can do all that when the time comes. But then it should be a lot in a better place after. And then we can, once we get the hang of it, go back and repurpose old content. But it's probably better to just start with the new shit that's going to be filmed really nicely rather than worrying about the lesser quality stuff. Unless something goes viral by accident, upon which, let's run that.
All right, team break, man. This is a good plan that we got so far. I say we follow back up when you get back from vacation.
Yeah, we can do that. Are we going to not film next week either? Or are we going to stream next week?
I don't know. When you can't be on camera.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So we got 2 more episodes to do. Yeah.
Well, no, hold on. We got 1 more episode, which would be the 31st that we would do, and then the 7th we're not doing.
And then
the 14th.
The 14th
would be the come back to it after episode.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that.
All right, bet. Cool. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Let us know if you are still with us, your thoughts on anything. Make sure to leave comments if you're on YouTube. Share with your peoples and all of that good stuff. I'm going to go get the raid ready. We are looking forward to the next round of content that we are going to create, because I do miss the interviews. And I feel like even just watching those extra episodes, man, I feel like I'm just, there's so much I would do.
That Shalene Rodriguez interview, we let it get away from us, but at the same time, she gave us so much
No,
information.
that one I
And
really liked.
that's
But I was thinking more even the older ones. I was like, oh, I'm so cringy in so many moments that I'm less cringy in the Shalene one by comparison.
Word.
You were like, I don't agree with you. Oh shit, I think I hit the raid. Just like that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh well.